Welcome back. This is The Globe on SABC News. Now back to our story in Uganda, wherein the police in that country detained at least 8 journalists who covered the return of opposition leader Robert Kyagulanyi, also known as Bobi Wine. And now we're joined by NTV journalist Suhail Mugabi, who is in Kampala. A very good evening to you, Mr. Mugabi. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, journalists from Uganda Radio Network, KTV, Radio Simba, and even BBC were amongst those who were detained. Tell us what exactly happened.
Okay. How are you, Tom? And thank you for allowing me to be on your program. What exactly happened was that yesterday everyone was on tenterhooks because we all knew that Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi was returning from the United States, has been getting specialized treatment. He has been making a lot of interviews, and the tension was building up here. People were very excited, especially his supporters from Chad and the East constituency, and also some other parts of the country. So everything was heated up, and journalists were also in the line of duty trying to do their work. And as soon as Honorable Kyagulanyi stepped at NTV International Airport, he was immediately arrested by security personnel, and then he was detained at NTV police station, the aviation police station, for quite some time. So journalists who were trying to get access and also take pictures during that time when he was arrested. And journalists were also deployed on NTV Road, which connects from Kampala, the capital, to NTV, where there is the international airport, were also arrested along those lines. And some of them were beaten, and their equipment confiscated and also taken by military personnel and also the police.
Mr. Mugabi, your account is quite different from the police account. I mean, the police, the Ugandan police spokesperson, Emilian Kaima, denied that these media personalities were actually arrested. He's saying that they were merely questioned in accordance with the set guidelines. Who's fooling who here?
What I can tell you is that the police and also some of the politicians here, especially coming from government, have this history of things, trying to make them seem like what they are not. Some of the journalists who actually, not just on this incident, some few incidents back, were actually arrested and then beaten. And then the police came out to outrightly deny that they had not been arrested and they were beaten. Yet reports had gone out. So what happened is something that we are now getting used to. There's that same rhetoric that comes from government and also some of the police spokespersons who don't acknowledge that this has happened. But when you're on ground, as a journalist, you have to be very careful because anything can happen to you in the line of duty.
Now, this is not the first time that security personnel are clamping down on journalists in that country. I mean, even in August, we saw that happening. What's the actual story here? Is the government saying anything about this? Yeah.
First of all, the president of Uganda has come out on record to say when a journalist was beaten, called James Kenneth from Reuters, by military personnel, he was flogged and beaten sticks with heavy logs, right into the cameras. The president came out and said that this man is chicken feet, the army thought the key was the chicken feet. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that whenever there is tension in the country and there is something that they don't want to see and also journalists not to cover, that is going to happen. That is bound to happen. Even the incidents that happened in Arua town district, where some journalists was was shot dead. That's the image. That's an image that the security and also some people in government didn't want to portray. That is a picture they didn't want to paint. So obviously, they're going to come out, the journalists will be beaten, and then they'll outrage. Now, of course, we have had the government spokesperson, the head of the army, the chief of defense forces, and also some people, some sections of the policemen also in the and also some policemen coming out outraging. They also condemn these acts against journalists, but they always come out to condemn these acts against journalists when they actually occurred.
Now, these journalists were detained, of course, as you mentioned, as they were covering the return of opposition MP Mr. Bobi Wine, who is now back in the country. Now, he's a thorn on the side of President Museveni. He's already tweeted that his passport has been confiscated and he was transported by very, quote-unquote, unfriendly police to his house. What's the latest now regarding his status in the country?
What happened today? Yesterday it was a very different atmosphere as it is from today. Yesterday there was a manifestation. The supporters of Honorable Kyagulanyi went to his home, and then they come there, and then he had a massive rally in his big compound, talking to his people and talking to his supporters, especially the people who come from the ghettos, and also those coming from the slums. Today it has been quite quiet. Honorable Kyagulanyi today, we didn't see much of him, and the fans and supporters did not come at his home. Though yesterday there was heavy deployment in his area and also constituency, today it was not like that, because I think the army did not get, or the army and the police did not get any intelligence that Honorable Kyagulanyi was planning to carry out any kind of procession or demonstration. The only worry right now is that if at all they get hidden information that Honorable Kyagulanyi is planning something, then the army, the police should all come out and they will all be deployed to counter any activity that will be done by Honorable Kyagulanyi. Today we didn't see any activity. We didn't. The mood was quite quiet and the tension had calmed down. I think Honorable Kyagulanyi,
1 minute remaining.
His family tried before he is back into active political standoffs with the government.
Paint us a picture of how the environment for journalists is in Uganda. Is it under a cloud of fear? Just paint us a picture of how is it working as a journalist there.
What I can tell you right now, there was a story. There's a story that Honorable Kyagulanyi, as he was coming on the same plane from the United States, he came with a BBC journalist. But as soon as he tapped the airport and they realized that he was a journalist, he was put back on the plane and then was told to leave the country. So what I'm trying to say right now is that the mood, if at all you read the atmosphere in the country, the environment is one that you should weigh very carefully. You should do anything that is supposed to be very careful. You should get carefully.
Your airtime is exhausted and your call
All right.
is terminated.